Everywhere you look, you will find teen traps. In this video, I want to give you a short list of a few of them. In fact, I want to give you 5 teen traps, which are some of the more common pitfalls that I have seen in teenagers. If you learn how to find these teen traps and stay away from them, well, then you will be a wise teenager and you will be well prepared as you head into adulthood. And this is Teen Devotion number 17, 5 Teen Traps. Hello everyone, Rick Thomas here. We're helping people live effective lives. I want to talk about these 5 teen traps in this Teen Devotion number 17. The first one is, which you would probably expect, is fear. And fear has many iterations. It just doesn't happen one way. And one of the most repeated manifestations of fear is the person who compares themselves to others. Biblically, this is called fear of man, or maybe you would think of it as insecurity or peer pressure or codependency. It really doesn't matter what label you attach to it. But when you compare yourself to other people well, it tends to grow out of an insecure heart, and it will influence you on the kind of friends that you have. And so the more insecure you are, in fact, the more desperate you will be, and that could make your friend selection a little less than desirable. And so fear is a huge teen trap. The second one is confusion. God can feel distant and sometimes mysterious. He can even feel inattentive to what is happening to you. Did you know that many adults struggle this way, discerning the Lord, especially in the storms of life? God just seems confusing, maybe a bit silent, maybe a bit distant. Well, here's what you need to know. You need to know that God is good, that God is kind, and God is receptive, especially when things are not clear. When you are navigating on the storms of life and you are not sure the path that is in front of you and life is a little bit confusing, well, you need to know God is good, God is kind, God is receptive, and God is there for you even in your most confusing times. Fear is a big teen trap. Confusion is another teen trap. Number 3 is experimentation. The person who feels empty on the inside may succumb to go idol shopping, looking for things to satisfy them. The hope is to fill the void of discontentment with people, places, and things. You've tried people, you've tried places, you've tried things, and they're just not working, and so you continue to experiment. Well, that's what I mean by idol shopping. Now, typically, anger is the cause because the person is not getting what they want. They may not feel anger, and maybe they would even say, I'm not angry, but they're desiring things that they're not getting, and there's this low-level discontentment. And by the way, discontentment is a synonym for anger. And the temptation and the teen trap, number 3 here, is experimentation. You want to guard against that trap. Number 4 is discouragement. It is easy to nitpick teenagers. It's harder to encourage them. If you're not in an encouraging context, the temptation will be keen to latch on to someone who shows interest in you. Maybe your parents are nitpicky. Maybe they do not encourage you as often as they should. Be careful here. That is a teen trap. You can become discouraged, and the temptation will rise in you to latch on to somebody who has an interest in you, but that interest is probably not genuine. That interest is probably for their own self-centered purposes. And that individual could be your functional God, the person who provides for you the approval that you crave. And so when you become discouraged, remember that there will be a temptation to find encouragement. And if you're not careful, you can find the encouragement in wrong places. And then finally, teen trap number 5 is despair. Any of the things that I've mentioned thus far can tempt any teen to give up trying. And many teens have given up trying, and they fall into this big hole of despair. From their perspective, they have exhausted all of their options, and so they begin to shut down, which is a metaphor for what despair is. There is a loneliness that they feel, even when they are around friends. You might not know that your friend is a despairing soul, and so you want to be on the lookout for these people. Maybe they're all around you and they have succumbed to any one of these 5 teen traps. This is Teen Devotion number 17. 5 teen traps is what I've called it. Here's your reflection time as you think about these 5 traps. It is not wrong to reach out to someone for help if you struggle in any of these ways. And so if you have listened to this list and you think, well, I have succumbed to that temptation, or maybe 2 or 3 of them. Well, your church should be a practical means of grace to help you. And so do any of these things represent where you are today? Would you be willing to reach out to your local church leadership, someone within your local church, and just ask them if they would come alongside you because you're struggling with one or more of these things? Now, if you are struggling and you are willing to reach out to find that competent individual in your life, will you talk to them transparently, vulnerably, honestly about what is going on? Now, maybe you're in a situation where you don't have anyone that you can talk to. Then would you come to us and talk? Would you jump on our free community forums and say, hey, I've been listening to this Teen Devotion number 17 about these teen traps, and I'm struggling with 1 or 2 of them. Would you all give me some advice? We would love to serve you that way, and it's free to you, and so don't worry about it. It won't cost you anything. We would love to do that. And so if you would jump on our forum or go to someone within your local church and have that conversation, you don't want to stay bound into any of these traps, or maybe there's something that's on the list that I didn't mention. Please reach out to someone today. Thank you so much for watching this video.